Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Dakota Francis from Bald and Bonkers. Welcome. I'm just going to pause that real quick so I can talk here. Welcome to the brand new Bald and Bonkers website. You may notice that there's been a few changes. That's what these videos are all about. Help show you around. Now, I'm just going to refresh the page here, see if I can get it to look a little better. There we go. That's what we wanted. As you can see, the front page of the Bald and Bonkers website now includes Bonkers TV. What it will show is the video right about here. Give you a brief little summary of what's going on. Right now, it is set for the first channel to come up as the Bald and Bonkers Network intro channel. This is where you'll find this video as well as a few others explaining the new layout of the website. And it will also be where a majority of the advertisements actually get listed. As you can see down here, we have the channels linked up to the website. You can just scroll right through there and see that we have all sorts of different content. We have Bonkers Radio, which shows a variety of music. We have Civilian Disclosure Project TV, which is a bunch of UFO-based content. Academy TV. This is actually a special section where we offer Bald and Bonkers Network Academy classes for free, all streaming right here. The format is very similar to old-fashioned linear TV, rabbit ears for the older members of the audience. So if you would like to have those courses on demand, we do have something special there. But nevertheless, these videos, again, are to show you around baldandbonkers.net, the new website format. As you can see, we have a few of the basic stuff here, some socials to connect to, comments from some of our fans, as well as some of the news outlets we've been featured on. Bald and Bonkers is that going absolutely everywhere. So if you haven't heard of us before now, you're going to hear of us soon. In order to get around the website, we have the menu up here. I know it looks a little big, but that's some glitch on the system end that I have not yet figured out how to work out, so it doesn't come up as thick. But regardless, if you want to see what's going on, how to get around the website, what's all we have to offer, just click on these three little bars right here. Let's go over to company mission. As you can see, this is the full-on legal fun stuff of Bald and Bonkers. For those of you who've been following us for a while, you may be familiar with the idea that we started out focusing on paranormal topics, but as we grew, we started to realize there's a lot of very creative people within the community that could really use the help getting an outlet. So that's what we're trying to do. That's the basic summary. Here's Bald and Bonkers Network Academy. This gives you a brief information about all of our courses so far. It's still early in the building process, so at the time of recording, there's only 3 courses available, but we are going to be adding more very soon. Like I said, you can find all the course videos for free on Bonkers TV, which is a linear TV format, which means that it streams 24/7 on its own. But if you would like to get the courses on demand, it's a low monthly subscription, about $1 a month. That's it. It covers a number of different topics from podcasting, supernatural investigation, how to build membership classes, social media, business. We're going to even have courses on ChatGPT. With the Bald and Bonkers Network, we also have several books that are going to be available. The books tied to Network Academy is going to be offered for all members of our Patreon page. We're going to try to figure out how to balance it out for our YouTube members. But the low monthly subscription is for our YouTube, our main company YouTube channel and Patreon pages. We're going to try to expand those a little further. On Patreon, there's a little bit more variety, as we can also offer digital downloads of all the books. As the company grows, we're going to try to provide a resource that allows all of this in one place. We're doing our best to try to keep the costs down, but we do have other fees that we need to take care of as we grow. All books available on our Patreon are going to be available for $3, $3 for each book for digital downloads, or you can become a top tier member to get all of them for free. Any Network Academy books, again, are going to be free with our low tier subscriptions. And this is how you can find the courses. You can just click on this link here. It will take you to the Bald and Bonkers main company YouTube channel, our membership page, and you'll be able to subscribe there. We're going to have a variety of different videos. Of course, all the main course video content will be free. We'll have some that'll have ads, some that won't. We're going to try to make it to where anytime we have special guests on, we're not going to have any ads, but I know there's a lot of people that get deterred away from that, but we have bills that we need to pay on our end. We also have the Patreon page, which again offers the same membership. You can get all the videos that the YouTube membership provides. There's also the Patreon shop, which offers digital downloads of all of our books, some that are perhaps even not even scheduled to be out for months. Now, it's taken a while to load up because I am screen sharing and my computer's not the best when it comes to this type of stuff, so we're just going to move on. Now, when it comes to the courses, we're going to have a separate video on that, on how to access everything. We're going to move on. Next, we have merch links. This is going to be a little bit different. As you can see, we have a number of different shops available. The idea is to have everything as automated as possible so you guys can access the material anytime. You don't have to wait for someone on the company's end to give that access to you. See, we have an Amazon influencer shop, which has a bunch of affiliate links for a variety of different topics. We have books from the company, content creation equipment, stuff we would use ourselves. We try to offer a variety of things. And you don't have to. We earn small amounts of commission off of every sale that's included, and that should not affect the price for whatever you decide to buy. We also have a Spreadshop store that is connected to our main company YouTube channel. Have some of the merch there. You scan that QR code, that'll bring you up to a listing of prices, hotlines on an international scale for those who may be struggling with thoughts of depression and suicide. Tried sharing that into a chat group not too long ago, and they automatically deleted it without asking me what's going on. We are also available on TikTok Shop. This only is available for people in the US on TikTok. Nowhere else in the world can access it. That's not something that's in our control. We only are available on the US side of the Bald and Bonker shop. This is just a little preview because I'm on the computer. It works a lot better if you're on your phone. Like I mentioned before, we also have a Patreon shop, which will include digital downloads of all of our books. We also are planning on releasing music, as well as a few other goodies in here. It's actually loading up. Excellent. We have a number of different topics. We have Coaching Empire. We have books on cults, phone sex addiction, serial killers. We have books on Satanism, what allures people there, personal journals of Dakota Franson, Specialist of the Strange, myself, a precursor to a book that's going to be coming out very soon. And like I said, you can access all of these books. They are digital downloads. They'll come download as PDFs on your personal device. So you can read them on just about whatever ebook service you use. We're going to have a whole number of different books lined up very soon. Our releases are actually scheduled into August of 2020. I'm going to tell you now, I'm recording this at the end of December, just before New Year's Eve in 2023. So we have books lined up till August of 2024. Just to give you a rough idea of how many. And we haven't even scratched the surface yet. We're just going to go ahead and head back. We also have a Printify shop, which is a very lovely service. I highly recommend for any content creators looking for a good variety on merchandise. You can go to Printify. It has a good number of products you can use, number of different logos tied to the various different projects we tried releasing during our time here. Some inside jokes. Let's see. Again, if you want to should set up a shop, Printify is a very good source. You can link it to a TikTok shop account. You can link it up to Walmart. You can be able to sell your merch on Walmart if you meet the necessary criteria. We also have a Zazzle shop, which is one of the very first services I used to create custom merch when I first got started. All of these are to help fund the company's various different projects. As you can see, we have a number of all things. We have a section dedicated to our works that one of the buttons isn't working. Oh, I'm such a doofus. I'm such a doofus. I am such a doofus. Hold on, I'm gonna fix that real quick. All right, we are back. Hopefully that worked to where we got it fixed. Ah, come on. Come on. Oh, you jerk. Oh. Uno momento, por favor. All right. Now that we got that link fixed, we have a page that shows off all the different books we have released so far. It's a nice little gallery to show you everything we have to offer so far. Like I said, being that we have several of our books released on our Patreon shop as digital downloads, we just want to go ahead and list everything we have here. I will be working on adding links so that way you can click on all of the books and be able to purchase them directly if they are available in digital copy, in physical copies, because I know a lot of you prefer to have a physical book in your hands rather than than anything digital. Me too. As you can see, we have a number of different names tied to us. These are individuals who chose not to come forward, but we do offer a chance for people to publish their books completely free. All you need to have is a completed manuscript. Then give us a shout if you want to get published through us, and we'll set it up to where you can even earn royalties from your work. You can make a little extra money on top of it. I'll have another video that explains more in depth on how that process works. Moving on, we have similar pages set up for movies, music, and podcasts. We're gonna head over to our movies section right now because Bald and Bonkers has actually released its own movies. Correction, it's more along the lines of movies that I released personally that I just kind of grouped under the Bald and Bonkers banner. So, we have a massive search. So we show that we have a massive catalog of different services we provide. The Hunt for Olivia Halloween Special and Bonds of Beyond are available on Paraflix, which is a paranormal based streaming service. Though I do believe, if I remember correctly, the contract has a couple more years to run out, but they will be available on Bald and Bonkers channels very soon. We're going to move on. As all the Monkers manages to grow, we're going to have more projects lined up. We actually have a film distributor lined up to help get us in with some of the biggest streaming platforms today. So stay tuned on that. We also have music available. Again, a lot of these were done before Bald and Bonkers was even a thought, but like I said, I had a number of projects that I had pre-existing that I just kind of grouped under the same umbrella. These are physical albums available for sale. This is a cover song of the Nine Inch Nails song that I did. A couple albums. The Curious Case of Dakota Franson. This is essentially an audio version of Franson Files, but Franson Files is much more fine-tuned to how I would prefer. In the near future, we are actually going to be releasing new albums that contain music that any content creators out there watching this will actually be able to use in their own videos without getting flagged by YouTube or Facebook copyright. Well, you shouldn't be flagged. There have been a couple incidents where YouTube and Facebook have been uncooperative with that type of content in order to push their own copyright-free music libraries. We will try to help you where we can, but unfortunately, there's only a small handful of things we can do on our end in order to prevent that from happening. And of course, we have podcasts released by Bald and Bonkers. We have the main company show, the Bald and Bonkers Show, which offers up a variety of different topics. And if you decide to become an author with us, I don't believe I mentioned this, but I'll mention it again. You'll actually have a chance to get interviewed on the Bald and Bonkers Show to help promote your book. We also have Franson Files, my own little side series. These are podcasts officially released by Bald and Bonkers. We have a number of different content creators that are linked up to us through the network, which we're actually going to segue into now. But the way we do it, everyone keeps the rights to their own content. This is just a distribution platform to help gain exposure. If you click on this link up here, we have our form so you can join us as an author. If you want to release your own book, we have a little form here. I know people don't really like to fill out these forms, but this covers legal, anything. This covers the legal side of things just to make sure that everything is set in writing and no one gets screwed out. We try to keep this as professional, but as fair as possible. If you decide to publish your book through us, we have a very simple manuscript submission form that we will use to take a look at it. It costs absolutely nothing to submit your book with us. We're not going to charge you a thing. And we also tried to make sure that the form, while it does cover the necessary legal jargon, we also tried to make sure it's in as plain English as possible so we can avoid as much confusion as possible. We just ask for a little bit of information about your book. If you have a completed manuscript, you submit it here. We'll take a look at it. If we like what we see, we'll get a hold of you to secure the necessary means of getting your book published. We'll make sure that you get all the royalties. I should really elaborate on this form a little better, but we only take about 10% of the royalties earned if it earns anything. We also do have a section here asking if you would like to donate to the Creative Sponsorship Fund. This is a side project by Bald and Bonkers Network LLC to try to help set aside a fund to help creatives gain a little extra funding for any major projects they have coming up. We set aside a portion of all proceeds of money comes into this fund, so that way once we have a firm grip on getting, once we have a firm foundation set, we're going to offer this a little bit more publicly, and there will be another video set aside to that. This does not increase your chances of getting selected for publication. This is a little something, it's not required, but if it's something you would like to toss in a few bucks to try to help out other creatives, we would appreciate it. And once we have a better foundation set up for that project, you will see another video. Moving on, we also have the Join Bonkers TV submission. Now, this is a basic form here. What it does is tell us, gathers a little bit of information about you, what kind of content you produce, and also gives us a chance to check things out to make sure, just to make sure you're cool. As you can see, it's set up to have multiple pages, so it just doesn't go on and on and on and on. So give me one sec. I will go to the company Jotform account and show you behind the scenes there. So right now, we utilize Jotform in order to collect this information just to make the process as easy as possible for everyone involved. It's paper free. We're not cutting down trees in order to sign out all these forms. You're not having to worry about your hands cramping up in the process. This is a chance for you to help get your content out there a little bit further. We're going to have another video set up in order to explain the perks of Bonkers TV and Bonkers TV Plus. We're going to go into that a little bit as we continue. But we're going to have another video that goes into better detail about those projects, so keep an eye out for that. So, as we were saying, we have a special form for Bonkers TV Acceptance. And basically what this form does, it goes through how the streaming service actually works. It goes into, what services are worked with the with the service we use in order to make this happen. Only certain content is acceptable. It just works, and it's something it is out of our control. So they'll ask you if you have a YouTube, Vimeo, or Daily Emotion account where you host your content. With every major question, it explains why certain information is important and tells you, like I said, in as plain English as possible in order to make sure you understand it. We also have a few sections of the form in order basically to try to gauge what people want to see coming up for the company, which will include production courses, which we have started producing. We also have casting call opportunities. So if you want to work, if you want to contribute to some of the bigger projects we have lined up, we're going to have opportunities for that as well. Again, we have all of this as a way for people to tell us what they may be interested in contributing to, what they may be a part of, what they want to see the company put out. Now this is the final little form that we have put together. We also have a little section of that asks you where you want your channels to be shown. This is a rough overview. We have Gamers United. This has little gaming videos. If you have podcasts talking about gaming, stuff like that. Cool. We want to try to include as much variety as possible. We also have a lot of empty slots in our channel lineup. So that way, if we have someone who is wants to link up and get their content out there, all they have, but it doesn't necessarily fit any of these channels we have available. We can create new channels in order to get them accepted. This also covers if you would like to be mentioned in our marketing strategies, so that way, as the company grows, you get to grow as well. And if there's any promotional images you would like to have added on with those, there's a spot where you can upload those too. This section is going to be disappearing, so we'll actually just get rid of that right now since we're here. That's not really, we kind of change course on that little plan. So don't worry about that. We have another form set up, which while I'm here, we're going to go ahead and fix up this form so you can nice look behind the scenes. And just get that link added right here. Awesome. And like I said before, if you would be interested in appearing on the Bald and Bonker Show to help introduce you to the company, to the audience, get your name out there, we have that option available. There's a separate form that we're going to go into in another video. It's a little bit more legal jargon explained in plain English, so that way you and I are all on the same page. You can even toss in a donation to help the company if you would like. Again, it is not required. We're not forcing anybody. We're just putting that option out there because running this type of stuff can get expensive. We will explain Bonkers TV and Bonkers TV Plus and our future plans with that in a future video. We're just going to go ahead and hit publish on this so that way everything is kosher. Now, going back to bonkers.net, we have a section where you can reach out to us. Remember how I said there's a form to be a guest on the Bald and Bonkers show? Well, let me show you that one real quick. We may have a few different options set up here right now. We have live Bald and Bonkers show interview. Just click on here. And if you would like to make an appearance, you can just pick a random date. We're just going to, and a time with how this is set up. Okay. As you can see here, it has a little time zone section. It should be able to read your system in order to show your local time zone in order to help avoid as much confusion. When you go to pick your time slot, we're going to ask you some basic information like your name, email, so we can get a hold of you, as well as a little section where you can put in any information about any links you may want to share out, merch, websites, a little bit of information about yourself. I'm going to add a little bit more detail to a couple more sections so that way we can add a little bit more detail to this in order to help avoid as much confusion. Again, this is set up just to help streamline the process, make things easier for everybody. There's a lot of people who complained about having to fill out a form, but there's a lot of radio shows that have you set this up so that way you can work something on find a way to work something into your schedule And this just allows us to sort out any time zone confusion ahead of time. We also have a basic contact us page where if something looks like it's getting funky with the website, you want to just reach out to myself directly, want to ask us any questions, show some love. This is where you can do it. We also have this, which will take you to our company flow code, which this is the page we often connect to our social media accounts when they only allow us one little link. So that way we can have all of the information we need in one spot. This page will be updated very soon, so please don't get confused if it looks a little different by the time you see it. And for the public, a lot of how should I put this? When it comes to the public distribution, you're going to have a lot of people asking for a press kit, which gives you a lot basic information about yourself, your vision, how to get a hold of you, some different plans we have coming up, as well as any images that they can use for promotional use. It looks like it's taking a little second to load. We just won't, probably because of all these pictures, so I'm gonna have to. That will likely change into a gallery like you saw on the books section. But anyway, that's it. That is an overview of the new company layout. If you have any questions, please feel free to put it in the comments and we'll add it to another video. Much love, stay safe. We'll see you next time.